start with?
Thank you for introducing me. You've said almost everything. Okay, so when I moved to Andorra 10 years ago, I faced with the problem that my kids started losing the language, their native Russian language. So what I did was setting up a language school for kids, for expats, and I started teaching mostly the Russian language to them. And then I faced with a lot of problems that bilingual kids are very different from kids studying language in their native environment, so to say. And regular workbooks do not work with them. And you have to boost their motivation. You have to invent other tasks, and you have to flip all the process. And this is how probably I came across TRIZ. It was by chance, basically. But then when I started, I just couldn't stop. So I studied OTSM TRIZ, the general theory of powerful thinking, invented by Nikolai Homenko, master of TRIZ. And then I went to learn business TRIZ, and I'm still going on. I keep on learning. And I specialize in teaching TRIZ to kids and integrating the TRIZ approach into studying and learning languages. So today, I invite you to follow the steps of a young TRIZ learner, and I would like you to participate, to write comments in the chat, to speak. Please feel free, because the best way to learn is just to participate. But first, let's talk about imagination. Our today's topic is boosting imagination and creativity. Imagination is the ability to form mental images without sensory perception of the object or situation itself. Let us first brainstorm why imagination is important. Where do we need it? In what situations, spheres of life? And why kids need it? Please feel free to type or to speak. Any idea? Okay, to solve real life problems that we not encountered before. Yeah, I agree with you. So first, problem solving. Anything else? To communicate our ideas, to create new, good. Children can feel the real life situation. Imagination empowers us to innovate, enhance solutions for better living. Ideality. Free the brain. That's it. Okay, thank you very much. So, to entertain others. Yeah, great. Helps to learn, understand the reality. Yes, you're all perfectly right. Exactly. So, we need imagination practically everywhere. It helps us to make new connections between ideas. Think abstractly. See alternatives and make predictions. Build up empathy. For kids, it's extremely important to feel themselves in somebody else's shoes and to understand what other people feel. Learn social skills. Read books and imagine the story. Remember and recall things. It is also important for our mental and physical well-being. if we imagine ourselves in a good mood, we will be in a good mood. And finally, of course, to invent. This is what TRIZ is about. Okay, you might say, kids are naturally creative. They always imagine something. Their own bedroom can be an enchanted forest, their bed a spaceship, and so on. Yes, that's true, but let's have a closer look at imagination. Imagination may be reproductive, that is memory-based. It is the ability to recall something that you have in your experience, that you have seen previously or experienced. It has very little to do with creativity so far, but it is essential for developing other types of imagination. And we have to bear it in mind when we work with kids. Imagination can be reconstructive or combinatory. That is, the ability to imagine an object that a person has never seen, but has seen parts or details of it. For example, imagine a shark with a cat's tail. You can do it, don't you? This is reconstructive imagination. And this is another step for imagination development. And it can be productive or creative. The ability to imagine an object that a person has never seen, has never encountered with. And it means that we can imagine something that is out of our experience. And this is creative imagination. If we consider this classification, we understand that without training, only few kids, and adults too, can imagine something completely new. In the majority of cases, people tend to combine the objects they already are familiar with. So, let's move on. For creative imagination, for adults and kids, if we're not in the lucky percentage of highly creative people, we need tools. But dealing with kids as parents or as educators, we have to keep in mind that a child cannot skip the first two stages of imagination development, that is reproductive and reconstructive. So before asking them to create something completely new, even with the help of TRIZ tools, we have to make sure that they have come through all the stages of imagination development. So, even if we work on productive imagination, do not forget about the previous steps. Speaking about creativity, there are many definitions, but they all agree upon these properties. This is a creation of something new and something useful, whether it is a product or an idea. And of course, as you have already mentioned, creativity is the essential part of problem solving. So when typical solutions, trivial solutions do not work. And when we evaluate the kids' creative works, we have to bear in mind the usefulness of the idea. Because if we don't facilitate this, if we don't do it, the kids will come up with a magic button that solves everything, and that's it. What else should we know about creative imagination? Torrance described 4 aspects of creativity. Fluency. It refers to the production of a great number of ideas and alternative solutions. Flexibility refers to the ability to see a problem from different points of view and provide ideas to show a variety of possibilities. And this implies the use of different strategies. Elaboration refers to the enhancing the idea by providing more detail. I suppose you all remember, or you all have encountered with bad science fiction movies without elaboration of ideas. So the so to say B-type movies, it's not interesting to watch them. And the same with everything we create. So elaboration is essential too. Originality. means providing unique or at least unusual ideas. And these aspects are also two guidelines for us when we work with kids and when we try to develop our and the kids' imagination. So, enough with the theory. Let's get down to work. And I'm inviting you on a journey to a lost island. This is one of our courses for kids at our school, and I'll guide you through the steps we take to boost the kids' imagination, and I would like you to participate again. First, it is essential to help the kids recall all their knowledge and experience connected to the islands and help them dive into this reality. So one of the best warming up activities is the point of view training. So imagine that you find ourselves on a desert island after a shipwreck. Look around and tell me what you see. Try to see as many things as possible. I'm opening the chat. So, what do you see?
Dear participants, you can use chat box or you can unmute yourself and answer the question.
Thank you.
Maybe this would be easier. Uh, I would say that we see parts of luggage and everything that was on that ship that came to the island already.
Okay, can you specify? Then I see tree, sea. Okay, what kind of tree is it?
It can be some kind of a mountain or maybe a volcano, something like this. That's
Okay.
conical in shape, maybe some gray or brown in color.
Good, thank you. Coconut tree. Okay. Sky, clouds, water plants, sand, sun, horizon, mountains, waves. Good, good, good. So if you see, for example, if you see luggage, try to look at it closer and describe it to yourselves. What's that? What are the parts of luggage? What are the parts of wrecked ship? And so on. Okay. Now that, okay, blue sky, thank you. Now that we see what's around us, let's move on. I can hear. What do you hear?
Definitely waves and the sound of the sea around.
Good. Birds, silence at times, sound of wind, sea breeze. Palm tree. Okay, okay, thank. Heartbeat, great. What else? Other people? Eternal silence. Good. Okay. Smell. Hear our minds, inner voice. Good. What do you smell? Sea, fresh air. Thank you. Myself. Wet sand. Food. Oh, great. What kind of food is it? What do you smell on the desert island? Coconut shake. Great. Okay. Imaginary food or fragrance. Okay, you're already dreaming about food. Coconut. Perfect. Now that we've looked around, we've heard something, touch the things that are around you. What do you feel? What are they like? Sandy, okay. Are they warm or cold? Hardwood, Sand, trees, water, okay. Warm, okay. Try to feel them. How do they feel? Cold water, Air humid, wet. Good. Wet clothes. Great. Itching, salty sand. Thank you. Ukulele. Great. Do you hear it? Heavenly. Okay. I'm excited. Are you excited about anything? To swim, to go home. You're dreaming about going home. Good. Going into the water, self-time. Yeah. To be alive, curious, looking at the recovery board. To play my guitar. Good. Anxious. Yes, that was my another question. Discover water animals. Good. So many things to do. Burying in sand. Great. Are you worried or anxious about anything? Okay, some treasure, calm music, birds, good. Getting tan. This is about excitement, isn't it? Okay, waiting for the unknown to reveal itself. Okay, are you afraid of anything? Worried, anxious? Living alone? Nobody around. What next? Okay, being rescued, loneliness. Or rather being not rescued, yeah. Shark attack, okay. To play reggae beach music, that would be nice. Feeling old, okay. Getting drowned, okay. Thank you very much. So, you see, after this quite simple training, we have already dived into that island experience. So, why is it important to do that before starting such courses, imagination development courses? So we recover our experience first, and this is reproductive and reconstructive imagination. So we need to help the participants, the kids in our case, to get to recall that experience, to live with it, to relive it. Okay. And of course, it's about such aspects as flexibility and elaboration. So we try to see this from different points of view, different angles, and we'll try to see as many details as we can. And this is the first step, the first training. So let's move on. Okay. When you talk about your worries, what you're worried about, you understand that you need to do something to survive on this island. So our next step will be to make a list of things to do just to be able to survive. Okay, so what do we have to do first? I'm waiting for your answers. Okay, old wooden log. We need to find water or coconut. True. To search safe corner. Great. Find a place to sleep. Find shelter from the rain. Rope. Shade. Food. Great. Make fire. Okay. Make all the get together. Find what's around to eat and drink. Yes. So it's basically about our everyday needs. Make some clothes. A fishing rod. We need a fishing rod. Good. Take out mobile and make a call. I wish you had it. Collect leftovers from the ship. Good. Go to reception. That would be nice. Okay, thank you very much. So we need to do something to survive. And in our course, the kids meet an Aboriginal whose name is Joe. You can see him here. And unfortunately, he doesn't remember how he got to the island, but he has lived here for quite a time, and he's going to be the kid's guide. So today, Joe wants to make a new hat, but he wants an unusual hat. How to invent it? And exactly here we need a technique called hybridization combination to help us do it. And at this very point, we familiarize the kids with the creative technique called hybridization. Have a look at this information bank. You see different hats that are a combination of a hat and something. First, to get familiar with that, I invite the kids, and you too, to play a game called Hat Maths. It's very easy. I say, hat plus umbrella equals 2, and you say the number. 8. Okay, so now it's your turn. 6. Yeah, it's rather 6. So can anyone tell us another problem? Something plus some, hat plus something. Okay, hat and light. Good. Hat plus light equals to 5. Good. Hat plus bag. That was another version. Okay, so you got it. It's very easy. And by playing this rather easy but funny game, kids understand that all these things are invented by combining the two things. And if the kids are old enough, 8 plus, we can talk about the functions. I hope that the majority of you are familiar with the function in TRIZ. And just to explain, every man-made system has a function. It means that it was invented, designed to just for some purpose, and it performs some function. A function in TRIZ is a 3-word model. There is a function carrier, the object, the system, the something that it does to another object. So it influences, interacts with another object. For example, a hat interacts with our hat. What does it do to our head? What's its main function? Protect. Hold, well, I wouldn't say that it holds, because we can hold it without a hat. But okay, we can say that if the target, if we consider the target our head, then it protects, covers, yes. If we consider the environment the target, then we could say that it stops heat. Okay. Yes, protects, manages temperature. Well, yes, it keeps the temperature of our head, protects from environmental factors. Good. So with kids, we could say protects. It's easy to understand for them. Okay, good. But when we add some object to it, our head gets an additional function. Can you tell me what functions have these hats? For example, number 1, hat plus Coca-Cola holder. What's the additional function? Hold bottle, hold drink. That's it. That's it. If you do it in a proper TRIZ way, that's it. Hat holds drink, holds liquid, holds bottle. Okay, good. So now we can conclude that if we use this trick, hybridization, our invention gets additional useful function, and it's good. And now we'll try to make new useful hats for Joe. Let's remember the things we have to do on an island, on the island. To help us do it, we have this small mini algorithm, and we have some scaffolds here. First, let's think of different super systems, that is, places on the island where Joe does something and we can do something. It may be Joe's hut, jungle, forest, sea, beach, mountain, whatever. And let's follow this algorithm and see what happens. First, let's choose a place. Propose some. Let's take Joe's hut. So the place is Joe's hut. Let's choose a job. This is not function, just our job. What do we do there? Be careful with psychological inertia. So this icon is just sock icon. It's not about cleaning. Think of some other job. Sleep. Okay, good. That'll do. So this is Joe's hut and we sleep there. Okay, choose tool to perform this job. So what helps us? Okay, first let's talk about sleeping. That was the first answer. So what helps us to sleep in Joe's hut? What theme? Okay, mat, giant leaves. Okay, whatever that could serve as a bed. As a bed, okay. So bed, something, mat. Okay, now let's try to combine a hat with a bed or a mat. And try to describe it to me. What would it look like? A hat and a mat. Something like cradle, good. A mat with thin, oh, okay. Okay, let me, it runs very quickly. Oh, thank you for so many ideas. A mat with close the ear from cold, good. Like a Superman with cape attached to hat, great. Sleeping bag, okay. Like an overcoat. A hat attached to bed to protect sun coming on eyes, oh, good. Mat which closes the ear from cold, great. So you see, you have so many ideas. Inflatable hat, great. So when it's not inflated, we use it as a hat. If we need a mat, we inflate it. Great. A tent made of the mat, which is attached not to the head, but holds on our arms. Mat folded in the hat. Great. Okay, so you see how it works. Floor as cozy as a mat, and still performs the function. This tent, okay. Okay, now I'd like you to choose some other location, some other place, and try to follow this mini algorithm and invent some other hat for our dear Mr. Joe. And in this case, I would like you to speak, probably because it will be easier, because typing will take a long time.
So I have one short question, if I may.
Yeah.
Because now we see that we are eventually thinking of something that will be combining with a hat.
Yes.
Will it not make it prone to our psychological inertia by selecting the place and the job and the tool that's easy to be combined with the hat? So wouldn't it be a better idea to hide what we are combining it with until the point we'll be combining it? What are your thoughts on this?
There are different ways to do it. You can do in this way or another. Why I'm doing this? By providing places and algorithms, because if we work with kids that are not familiar with anything, it's very difficult for them to invent something that they haven't ever seen. That is why I was talking about the stages of development of imagination. That's the thing. That is scaffolding. So we need to give some prompts for them to be able to invent something.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. Very insightful.
Okay. Any other hat that we're having?
For the beach?
Okay.
Okay, one hat for the beach.
So you have to think what you do there.
A hat with sands, what do you say, impregnated on the hat to file the nails.
Okay.
So a sun blocking hat.
Well, that's what we have. You can walk on sand. Yes, you think about things to do first. Only then you think about the hat. A hat with to file the nails. Okay. Fishing. Yeah. For example, fishing. Can you fish with a hat? Pulling. Good. Okay. So you see, if you think about beach, you can fish, you can sunbathe, store water, that's it. So you can take water to some other place, cover food, okay. And you have plenty ideas of how to use it. Okay, good, good. So I think now you have this idea, and let's move on. It's crucial, it's essential to evaluate the kids' ideas. And we have to teach them to evaluate them according to these criteria. So first, the idea, the invention, the hat or whatever should be harmless to other people, to nature, to the environment, and then it should be useful. So when we first spoke about functions and additional functions, we already helped them to think in this direction. So it should be cheap and easy to implement. For kids, this is one of the most difficult parts because they lack experience. And this is where you need to be very careful. Do not criticize first, because when they first start inventing things, developing their imagination, if you start criticizing, asking about if it is easy to implement or not, they will just stop thinking. They will not be able to overcome, as you said, the psychological inertia, because they will they won't consider the idea right from the very beginning. So in this case, we have to work with such an aspect as elaboration. So instead of criticizing, ask questions, ask for details. So what will it look like? What will it be made from, and so on. And if you ask the kid to elaborate the idea, if you ask the kid provide more details, then he or she will think naturally about the implementation, how it is better to do it. Okay, originality. Again, it's hard to identify when you work with kids. When we work with kids, what we consider as original is at least that the idea should be different from what they have previously seen. For example, this very class, when we saw the information bank of different hats, so their hat should be different from that one. And it should be different from their classmates' ideas. So at least these two things. Okay. And as I've said, formative assessment. When you evaluate the kids' ideas, praise first. Then ask for detail if you see that there's something wrong with the idea, that there is almost every time there's something wrong with it. So ask for details. Then you may propose some improvement, very slight. Later on, when the kids get accustomed to inventing new things, you can ask class for help. They can help to elaborate the idea. And only after that, we can move further and play a game that we call Inventor's Shop. So the idea is the kid, the inventor, presents I'm sorry, presents his idea to the class, and the class is a buyer. So the kids ask questions and criticize in a light form, but mostly ask questions and then provide feedback. They say if they are buying this or not buying this and why. This is the most important thing. And if they are not buying the idea, then the inventor has to improve it. But this is the last step among all the previous ones, because we do not have to evaluate, criticize, improve the ideas from the very beginning, because it will cut all the imagination flow. That's it. So that was just a glimpse of what we are doing, or what you could do with the kids, and what is coming soon in TRIZ Official. So now we are launching a certification program for TRIZ specialists in education, level 1. This program is designed for educators, parents, for those who deal with kids and want to learn how to teach TRIZ to kids, to young learners. The program is based on the notions of TRIZ Official Certification Level 1 for engineering, but it has another part that is dedicated to education, to conveying these ideas to kids, so trainings, games, whatever. And so the participants will be able to develop TRIZ-based classes, facilitate problem-solving activities, tailor their classes and activities to the kids' needs, and so on. And since this program is rather big, we've decided to make it modular. So it will have a modular structure, and the first module will be creative imagination development, because it's easier for kids and adults to master. And so we are starting to work on it. Now this program has been launched in Russia, and we are making it in the English language. And you've seen part of this course, Lost Island, and now I'm translating it into English. If you're interested, just join us in any of our channels, TRIZ official channels. This is Telegram, Facebook, you can find me on LinkedIn and whatnot. And you will be able to follow our news, to play games with us and with your kids. And thank you very much for your attention. And now I'm ready to answer your questions. I hope they're awesome.
Yeah, thank you
So
so
let's start
much,
the
Olga.
presentation.
Yeah, there are a couple of questions.
Yeah.
Okay, first is from Mr. Suresh. How many students have been trained in TRIZ? How are these students faring?
Do you mean TRIZ?
This TRIZ for kids, whatever you have said.
This course. It's they are studying now, and we have around 30 students.
You may share your previous experiences with the students as well, or kids particularly.
Yeah, what exactly do you want to know? Well, I've worked with kids aged from 3 to 16. So I have techniques courses for every age, let's say.
I mean, what were your experiences after they have done the course?
After the course.
Yeah, completion of the course.
Okay, do you mean the course for kids or the course for teaching kids?
maybe both.
Maybe both. Okay, if we speak about a course for teaching, the TRIZ official course, it is now in progress. So I'd say it's early to speak about the results, but we already have some because the participants are really active and they have already created a pool of games, exercises for kids. And now we see the first results and they're really good. So we are creating an information bank with everything for teaching kids with didactic materials. And if we speak about kids, the thing that I can say for sure that kids trained with TRIZ and CID tools perform much better. For example, creativity, the same Torrance tests. They perform much better than all the other kids. And what else? It's if we speak about online courses, they are rather short. And if the kids stay for a year or two with us, then we can see the results. We can see that they can find solutions that are unexpected to their parents, that they become more proactive, they adopt a problem-solving mindset. Yeah, but it takes time.
Thank you. Very apt answer. There are more questions like Sneha Sneg has asked, what age group of kids does it focus on? So I think you have already answered 3 to 16 years, right?
Well, myself, I work with these groups. The thing that we were doing today is for kids aged 7 to 10, more or less.
Fine. And one more question. Do you think this training can be imbibed into the regular education?
Yes, for sure.
Okay. And how should we go about it? Are we working on that?
If we're speaking about regular education, this is exactly what our program, the TRIZ official program, is focusing on. So to help the students, the educators in our case, integrate TRIZ, let's say, thinking models into their regular classes, because it's not an easy task, frankly speaking.
Yes.
Because you have to redo all your classes. You have to look at them from completely another angle, another point of view. Yes, but it's possible. For
Right.
example, I'm teaching languages like this. But it can also do with mathematics, history, whatever. Physics for sure. I suppose
Definitely.
you know that.
Yes, yes. And in continuation with your answer only, how easy did you find to convince the parents to encourage the kids to attend these courses?
Well, if we speak about online courses, because I also have a present school in Andorra where we work in offline, and I don't have to convince anybody because they just want to learn Russian, and that's it. Sometimes they don't even know what we are doing, but they see the results and the parents are happy. If we speak about online schools, that is that focused on TRIZ, I think that this is about building up the understanding of how it is important to develop all these skills. I mean, how it is important to develop, let's say, higher order thinking skills. Because
Right.
if we have a look at TRIZ as a tool for education, then we can see that TRIZ is something at the top of Bloom's pyramid of competences. So this is always about creativity, analysis, synthesis, evaluation. So these are all higher order thinking skills. And TRIZ for me provides adequate support and scaffolding to form these skills, because there are a lot of other methods of teaching, of course. And of course, teachers all around the world are trying to foster all these competencies. But why don't we have so many inventors so far? Why don't we have so many creative people so far if everybody is teaching it? I think that the answer is that we just don't know how to do it. So normal educators, teachers do not know how to provide adequate scaffolding for that. And TRIZ thinking models, in this case, help you step by step just to build these competences. That's what it is to me if we speak about education.
True. So another question from Pratham. If combining ideas is the first step, how are completely novel ideas born?
Well, you cannot expect from kids completely novel ideas from the very beginning. Let's be frank with each other. It's next to impossible. If we could do that, that would be too easy. That is why what we have to do is to make this step by step, starting from the easiest point, recalling things, imagining things that you have in your own experience, and gradually moving forward. That's it.
Yes.
So what
Yeah.
I've shown to you is just a small part.
Okay. Any pre-requirement for the kid to join this course, and how about the teacher? I mean, if a teacher has to teach these kind of train the students in this perspective, so what do they need to do?
Online, if we speak about our courses online, they're now they are in Russian, and the teachers are all certified TRIZ teachers. And for the majority of them are authors of courses. So they develop courses, they train other teachers, so they are highly experienced. That's true. And if we speak about the course that I showed you on the presentation, the last slide, so the one that I'm translating in English, this is a course for family use. So it's easy, it's adapted to those who do not know TRIZ or anything, but it's the explanations are very clear. And yes, you can take it and just use it. Of course, you will not know TRIZ after this course, but step by step.
Okay, there is another question from Tatiana. I think it is question if children really enjoy lessons with TRIZ, and is there any improvement or problem solving skills for teachers either after your course or during TRIZ implementation with children?
The kids are enjoying for sure. As for the teachers, that's a good question. If we speak about teachers, we need constant training. That's true, because it's very difficult to teach something that you do not master yourself. If we speak about my online school, we organize constant trainings. We just train each other. We bring new problems and try to solve them. We develop new techniques. So yeah, it's about constant training and improvement.
Or both, right? Teacher as well as student. Okay, another question from Harsha. He's asking if there is some similarity between how kids learn and how machine learning and deep learning works. That is what, Harsha, your question is?
Yes, indeed, sir. Thank you.
I'm not sure I'm an expert on machine learning. If you just say a couple of words about it, I would be able to answer.
Okay, it is more about like self-learning by the machines or the computers, and like transforming the teaching learning according to the requirement of the students.
Oh, in a way, yes. If we speak about kids, so what's the difficulty for us to teach trees? First, we have to master trees ourselves, yeah, and be an expert in what we're teaching. And second, we need to have a deep understanding
Right.
of children's psychology, and we need to have to be able to build up the skills gradually. So we need adequate scaffolding, as they call it in teaching. So we need to understand where exactly the problem lies if a child doesn't succeed. And we need to patch this very gap. That's the thing.
True.
And of course, we have to know the mechanisms of learning themselves. So what I've shown to you is just a mechanism of imagination working, but there are many other mechanisms. For example, understanding a notion, defining objects, making up definitions, categorizing. So these are all skills that even if we teach trees, we have to build up.
That's true. So there are some appreciations for you as well, that it's a wonderful sharing. Kids are our hope and future, and it's not easy, but please keep it up. So definitely there will be more hands which will be joining along with you to take this wonderful methodology to the kids and to our future as well. One more question. How long does it take an individual to learn and then start teaching kids?
Mm-hmm. Well, if we speak about, of course, it's individual. But if we speak about the TRIZ official course, basically it is 136 academic hours. These are hours of lectures, trainings, and individual learning. And this is level 1. It means that after that, you will be able to use TRIZ tools. Maybe you will not be able to make up an algorithm out of these tools for kids for your specific purposes, because if you've seen this course for 8-year-olds, and this algorithm is mine, so I developed it just for this specific purpose, to teach this very thing. But maybe you will not be able to do it, but you will be able to incorporate elements, tools into your activities. It may be your everyday activities with kids at home, or maybe your classes, regular classes if you teach at school. And in any case, this is the first step. This is level 1. And then we hope that we could develop more courses, more levels, level 2, level 3, to be able to design algorithms to incorporate better this into your everyday process.
That's great. Once you said this, maybe know how many levels are being designed on this kind of training?
Well, we're thinking about three levels so far, but now we are running the first one. So
Okay.
it's step by step. Let's make it gradual. But in any case, even if you master some of the tools, some of the trainings, and start implementing them, it is already a big thing, because you will see the results, you will see the motivation, even if you apply just some of the tools.
Right. And do you also mentor initial time period?
Sorry?
Do you like mentor initial while someone starts teaching? So at that time also you will continue mentoring those teachers, right?
Yes, Yes, because the teachers stay in this community, and we go on with some trainings, some meetings, mentoring. Yeah, of course.
Yes, it's great to know. And one more question from Tatiana. Do you know or may recommend who is teaching TRIZ in psychology?
Combining TRIZ and psychology. I think it's Barbara, isn't she? But I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
she
Barbara
started now.
Gurney.
I think she started now because she presented her paper in the ITC 2023 probably on quiz and psychology. It was psychology or soft skills, I'm not sure, but something related to soft skills and psychology combination.
Okay, thank you.
I can share the details to you, Tatiana, if you want. You can write to me. This is PBN.
info@trizasia.com. Okay, so we are there may be many questions which the participants may be having. So even if we may be closing this session today, you may always, means all the participants can share their questions post this session also. And I'm sure Olga would be kind enough to answer those questions and will pass on these answers to you.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah.
And
Anything
you
you
can
would like?
join our, you can join our TRIZ channel, the Telegram channel, where I will answer all the questions that follow up.
Yes. And any concluding remark you would like to put, Olga?
Well, thank you very much for your attention. If you have any further remarks or questions, yeah, I will answer them gratefully.
Okay. So thank you all the participants to join it, and a very big thank you to Olga for sparing her valuable time and giving us such an insightful session on TRIZ for Kids. And there are really very less people who are working on this area. And of course, Olga is one of the pioneer in this. So participants next month, last Friday, again will be coming back with one more expert, and it would be like Mal Gorzata, and she will be again sharing her experiences with the TRIZ and how it fitted her as well as to others also, and what she has as an experience of practicing it. So with this, we would like to say a goodbye for till next month. It will be 27th of October 2023. We'll be meeting again, and definitely we'll share all the details of that session with you. Looking forward to see you again. Thank you very much for joining, and thank you, Olga, again for this kind of stuff. And we'll be in touch with you, and others will also, to proliferate this TRIZ knowledge to the kids. And definitely, as it is mentioned, that kids are our future, and we need to have a brighter and brighter future. Thank you, Olga, once again.
Thank you very much. That was a real pleasure. Thank you for your work.
Okay.
Thanks, Olga. Thanks for your time. Thanks for accepting.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care. Have a wonderful weekend ahead.
Same to you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
So with this, we'll stop today's session. Thanks for joining us.